Right, man, you've been telling me this every year for like
and you know what? They're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
Because it could be over any day, but we just continue to print money.
Well, that's because the also me.
Pigs and bogs.
Don't be sniffling too much. How's your weekend? Hey guys, welcome back to your Future Talent Pigs and Bogs. I'm Marty Boggs.
And I'm Julian Biggs.
We got Spencer on Sound and Screens. Thanks for joining us today, folks. We like to come at you once a week or so and talk about this transitioning world of finance and go over some subjects that we do believe will benefit your future hand, simply because it's been benefiting ours. So we folks do believe we're here to help. So please help us by smashing that like button. Subscribe if you're new.
Do the things.
Comment down below. Let us know what you think and where you're from. And let's get right into it. What are we up to today and how can we plan for tomorrow? Julian?
Good to be back. Same as always, Marty. We are going to talk about this world of crypto. What is going on? We got the ETFs. We have FUD at an all-time high, but we also have fundamentals at an all-time high. We're going to talk about that right after the markets go.
Ooh, markets go.
Okay, so I'm zoomed out. I'm looking at the 3-month chart. Okay, September ends Q3, so this is why I've been watching the 3-month chart. I told you guys back in May we were probably going to slow down. That's what happened. I did believe for a few minutes that we could possibly see another very similar candle to the previous 3-month candle here and have that looking the same. But then I thought, maybe they want to get some more profits out of this to end Q3. So could we see this push lower? And this green line for me, this green line here is going to be the tell. And whether we close this 3-month candle underneath this support and then reconfirm this as resistance and some more bearish action, or we stay above. So if we can stay above this for Q3, this could potentially be the buildup into the bull run. Now, this candle, and how many days left we got of this candle here? We got 6 days and 0 hours left of this candle. So we're going to see what happens. Now, if we break down, so what's the bearish and what's the bullish scenario? Bullish scenario is staying at 27 to 30K and just staying above this line for now. Bearish scenario looks honestly as low as $19,500 with stops around 23K, 22K as support to test those first. But I mean, the reality is if they do push this down further before the halving, we could see 19.5. That is, that would be the bearish case, the bearish scenario. I personally don't have a bias right now. I'm just watching.
What I see is it's inevitable. We know that we're in the digital era. We know everything's transitioning to digital. We know all this stuff is happening, but we also know that they don't lose. So there's going to be another black swan that's going to push it down or something like you just said, like fundamentals have never been stronger, but the FUD is getting outsane with this whole BitBoy and Discover Crypto thing, so insane. And then videos talking about this is so obvious. How could people fall for this entire industry? This entire industry is a joke. Look at these people. It's like, this is exactly what they do every single time. They manipulate people. They bore people for a long time. And then people start to get interested again. They manipulate them and start to say like, hey, like, this is stupid. You don't want to be part of this. You don't want to do this. All that. Like, look at these guys. These guys are idiots, right? It's like they make a shit show of it.
Yeah.
But they make sure you're looking when they take them down and show you how shitty it is. But then they make sure you're looking at something else. So like I'm thinking, we're going to have a black swan event that's going to probably tank the price of everything and take your attention away from markets, and you'll pay attention to something else for a year while the price pumps 400%.
Yeah, the rainbow might get your attention for a bit, but the reality is that the election year is coming too, and it's funny that now, and since the beginning of Bitcoin, the halving always seems to end up in an election year.
Always, yeah.
Which is when the news gets the craziest, things get wild.
Manipulation at its highest.
It gets intense, right? Because they're trying to just lure in votes and lure in attention.
Mass distraction, mass manipulation.
Clicks make money, and that's
view
just
counts,
it.
Clickbait.
So we can see here. We're traveling. This I just wanted to draw attention to this. So I switched over to the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart's RSI. So this basically shows the strength in the market and the direction or the momentum that it could take. So this red line is showing that we have more the bears are basically in control. We're under 50% RSI, and this is generally something that's bearish, but you can see for the last few weeks here, this is probably 4 or 5 weeks, we've been traveling just between 45% and 50% RSI. Generally, when the market breaks down below 50%, we see it go down to 40, 35, or lower on the RSI. So it's interesting to me that this weekly RSI has stayed in the range above 45%, not even going down to 40%, staying above 45%.
Because the big players are still accumulating.
On the strength index. So
that's like the big players are still accumulating, right? They can't, they're not going to let that go down any further, because then that's the indicator to you to buy. They don't want that to happen.
We're now 6 weeks at this line. And this is also that long green trend line that I've had here for some time too, right? So this is going to be the tell in the end of this month. So we've got 6 days left of this month. We want to stay above this green line to know that the market is at least just going to maintain
market structure,
level structure. We have a good. Actually, we should be priced higher. Like fair value for Bitcoin should be 30K or above right now. It really should. So these are still low prices. We have whales accumulating. We still have wallet addresses growing like crazy.
Yeah. There's still the highest demand and clear signals and signs of it being.
Yeah. But, I've been saying it for a couple of months. This is going to be slow. So we've been bouncing 25 to 30K. This is great. We're seeing, a level trading area where we're seeing, leverage traders take advantage of people just bouncing up and down here, right? So, this is why I'm DCAing. We're going to hit the halving April, May of 2024, and that's going to be the time where you're going to, be wanting to have as much accumulated before that, and then you're going to want to lower your DCA into the bull run, in my opinion,
and then start DCAing,
and hopefully get some profits before the market tanks.
But again, too, I think this is going to be a different cycle. I still think the DCA will be profitable over 10 years. So
that's what we're going to see here too. So we got all the gold buffs. Like I got some old people. I shouldn't say old people, but I got some people from the younger, a previous generation than mine, saying that you should have physical gold and physical silver and these things, all these gold buffs and stuff. And they think like all these, I don't want to say conspiracy theorists because all these conspiracies.
Everything's a conspiracy. The entire world.
True, right? But they think that the economy's done within the next 6 months. So that means
of course, but they've been thinking that for 40 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was like, man, you've been telling me this every year for
and you know what? They're not wrong.
They're not wrong
because it could be over any day, but we just continue to print money.
Well, that's because the also media manipulation and all the things that they give us in consumerism. Right. We have this need for instant gratification. Yeah, our timeline is much quicker than
our attention span.
These people, right?
Yeah, they're working on a year, 10-year plan.
Any day now. But they're working on a 10-year plan. They're working on a 50-year plan. They're working on, you know what I mean?
Centuries.
Exactly.
Roman Empire still at work.
Things have to get faster now with technology and the way things are going, and they're now trying to catch up. Yeah. Bitcoin disrupted the system, so now
totally.
Whether you see a USDC dollar or a digital dollar, cash.
It's never been more threatened. Yeah, it's never been more threatened, right? And the thing about cash is that people think cash is king because it is peer to peer, but you can only peer to peer face to face with cash. With Bitcoin, you can peer to peer anywhere in the world. Yeah, but it's still an issued note from the people that nobody trusts. What that? Money, currency. No, I know. I'm saying paper money. I know. Yeah, that's true. But like, cash is king because it's peer to peer. It's like, no, dude, you took the government money, the federal money, the people you don't trust for anything, the people that you fucking are on your CB and fucking ham radio about with your tin hat buddies. They're issued. They're controlled. They're capped. They're market. Everything. It's a ruse. So if you think if you're like, uncapped. The economy's screwed, this and that, it's like, and you're like, cash is king. It's like, dude. That is the ruse. The funny thing is that you holding it just gets less valuable. Yeah. The funny thing is that actually it would be better for everybody if the economy crashed. If you were able to just be self-sustainable and take care of yourself and your family and your neighbors and your community. Well, there's no reason you shouldn't be. Right? Then the economy would completely crash because economics is people buying and circulating that value. But if we don't need to do that, and then the economy crashes, but you don't really get it, because if you're able to take care of yourself, then it's actually better for you.
No, North America's a ruse, dude.
It's worse for them because the
brutal.
traders and all these other middlemen that make their money off of money exchanging hands, right? It's worse for them, but it's better for you. But that's what they want you to think, that, oh, you don't want that to happen because then your way of life will change. Well, yeah, your way of life will change, you'll be better.
It's literally the game of Monopoly. So they say, like, if this is some weird Satanist thing and blah, 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 they always say that these people, like, if you're in a cult or the Masonic or whatever the fuck it is, they, in order for them to be washed of their sins or whatever, they just have to tell you what they're doing, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Confess.
And it's like, when was the game of Monopoly invented? Like, it's years ago. So, like, maybe that was, like, the first thing, because literally...
When they had pocket watches?
Exactly. We are playing the game of Monopoly, though.
Yeah.
This is a game. The money is fake. And if you don't buy property, you will be a broke ass and go to jail every time you go around the board.
Do not pass go. Do not
you didn't pay your rent. You're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Like, real estate was one of the biggest scams.
So funny.
There was.
Can I just skip my turn? Like, I just want to sleep in this bush. Because every time I move, I got to pay rent.
Like, I know how to hunt. I can grow vegetables.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to play the game, because when you were born, they gave you a SIN number or a birth certificate or whatever, and you became a number in a company. And you can't live in this country, the company, unless you work and pay your tax and do this.
Yeah, and you can't achieve the American dream unless you follow the rules.
Unless you're a registered number of the company.
The American dream. Right? Yeah, so it's right. It's right from the beginning. It's mass manipulation.
Yeah, and I thought about that too. Even with, like, Trump's wall, it's like he's not trying to stop people from getting in. It's like he's trying to stop them from getting out. They do all the work.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all realizing it's
nothing.
a scam.
Yeah, people really need to realize that any person, any official, whatever you want to say, is nothing without the people who officiate, right? Like, the people are what matters. You are the miracle.
It's honestly it's the same as the internet. People get all worked up on the internet and emotional and stuff like that. It's like, the best part of it is that you don't have, if it fires you up, you don't have to participate.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, then you've been got, right? Like, you've been had.
You've been had, but it's the same thing with the system too. It's like, if you just. And you don't even, you don't have to buy land. You don't have, like, this is the thing, get it out of your head that you don't need land. You don't need massive property. Even if you have a condo or apartment or a basement suite or whatever it is, you can grow food. Even if you have zero outdoor space, you could have a hydroponic tower and grow food inside your house.
Yeah. That's
taking money out of the system that perpetuates the chaos, right? It's as simple as just fucking growing some of your own lettuce or kale. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah.
It's as easy as not participating.
And if you needed to buy those things to do that out of country, because they wouldn't supply that stuff in the United States or in Canada because they don't want to do that, which you would have to do, then you can use Bitcoin to make that transaction.
Actually, no, we don't want you using that rainwater to water your fucking plants.
You can't buy anything like that. You have to either make it yourself or you buy it from another country.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm saying you can use Bitcoin to do that.
But these are the things that were so simple to us 100 years ago, and now it's like, oh my God, it's so out of reach or so difficult or this and that. It's like, it's literally the basic instinct of every human being is to just survive.
Yeah.
And get food.
Yeah. Survive and have, yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe not everybody's going to go out and hunt, but it doesn't matter what space you have.
No, not everybody ever did. There was hunters, there was gatherers, there was builders, or, in a small community, not everybody would do one thing.
Yeah, but one thing there wasn't was fucking grocery stores.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, maybe there was no
Tim Hortons.
No Hortons.
You know what I mean?
It's gotten pretty crazy, man. I hope the so-called gods come back soon and be like, just sharpen us right back up again.
The old gods are coming. So funny.
I've heard they're coming.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like, you don't. Oh fuck! Lost the thought. It's gone.
Yeah, aliens. They're crazy.
Aliens. Did you see that video? That alien somebody made.
They just swiped it from your mind.
a replica of that alien they showed,
with
but
Joe?
Like made it cake. No, they.
With cake.
It's like, I knew that alien was cake.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, let's take one quick last look. Our $26,097. So we are coming down today. We got 6 days left of the month, quarter 3. Let's see. I think we can stay above this green line of support that we've been watching here for the last couple of months.
I think I might put a little scalp long in here.
Yeah, you get long. But like I said, first week of October is you're going to see the reaction of whatever happens here. So we'll see if we keep moving up or if this is the last big dip coming before the bull run.
Either way, it just looks to me like another exact same thing that happened before. They're trying to scare people out of the market when clearly we know that the supply is getting thinner and the demand is growing.
Yeah.
And there's only one explanation or, equal equation that there's only one thing that's going to happen from that, and that's it's going to be worth more. The price of Bitcoin is going to go up.
That's the other thing that's super simple too,
Yeah.
is that if you understand scarcity and supply and demand, Bitcoin is the most valuable thing that's ever existed.
And don't rely on these ETFs, because as soon as you buy Bitcoin through an ETF, you're just buying paper Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a 10% return or whatever, and they're going to make a 100% return.
Gold might be great, but you can always mine more gold.
You can always mine more gold. You can always build more houses. You can always
Bitcoin's capped.
develop more land. You can
Capped.
the planet, it's capped too. But I think we'll run out of Bitcoin before we run out of land to develop. Right?
Bitcoin's going to destroy real estate too.
Yeah, Bitcoin is destroying everything. It's eroding. Everything.
It's slow.
Yeah, and that's how it's effective, because
it's like a slow drip of water on a stone.
Yeah, that people have, so many people have lined up to try and fix, and nobody can do it.
It's got another 100 years or so or more to go. So
Yeah. And there's no doubt we're moving into the digital era, so you can't really deny it. And the only way that it would be getting defeated, I think, is by the government. That would have done it by now.
But what if the internet shuts down?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that they think could happen. And of course, if they can run CBDCs on a Ripple network that's outside HTTP, then that could happen.
It's funny that would create so much chaos and panic. If the internet went down, it would create so much chaos and panic.
The debit systems went down.
But it's like,
and it was insane.
The internet's only been around for 20 years or so, 25 years.
But everything's on it now, right?
Yeah, everything's on it now. But but the fact that it would create that much chaos after only being around
pathetic.
it's fucking pathetic. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
But well, think about it. Like,
it's like if the internet going down is a panic thought of yours, like, you're not doing well.
Where's your emergency assembly spot?
Or just the confidence in yourself
with
that
you and your
would
family and your friends.
You would survive.
Make sure you have your emergency assembly spot.
You will survive if something that's only a quarter century old is all of a sudden not a part of your life for a bit.
Yeah, and that's another thing too.
It's like
you'll go outside, you'll talk to your neighbor and be like, "Hey, do you got some internet?" And it'll be like that South Park episode.
You've got
internet here. I'm going to take off to California. And I got some internet out there.
You have to. You'll get $1 million, but only if you stay in this beautiful fucking cabin in the silent woods for 30 days. Could you do it?
Yeah.
What?
Most people, yeah.
How is that a question that some people couldn't do?
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and you know what the problem with solitude is, though, is that solitude becomes addicting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, not listening to people and having that peace of mind, it becomes addicting. And, like, I'm kind of in that spot now, right?
Well, of course, right? And if you know...
I would much rather be alone than... It's like, dude, a cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
You're gonna feed me and let me chill for 90 days, then give me $1 million. Yeah. Can I stay after
exactly.
that?
Exactly. I was gonna say, can I take that $1 million and buy the place?
Yeah, like
stay there.
Anyways, I think that was good.
Not too bad. Yeah. Continue to DCA, look away from the crap, because there's so much going on. I mean, not financial advice, but that's what we're gonna keep doing here in Bigs and Bogs, and keep checking back in with us, and we'll see how we're doing. If you can't have the Cojanos to follow along with us, then just see what we're doing, and then we'll talk to you in a few months.
Drop a comment.
A year, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, let us know. Are we going to go broke?
Copy the link. Share it.
Are we going to go broke? Who knows? Joke, broke, Bigs and Bogs out. Peace.
Bigs and Bogs.
Hope not.